10. Looks like Sean Dickinson. No, let it go. Oh, Saunders back in the pack. Takes Monster. Donovan's in it. Sean English is in it. Oh my God.
Caution! No way. Or he's gonna dive bomb him. Here he goes. He's gonna try a bomb. All the way to his bumper. Can he shove him? Can't do it. Dylan is gonna win it here in Iowa.
Bump and run! Oh, he's done this before!
Bump and run to 61 to the inside. Can he make it work? He's got it.
Inside of the 02. He's sliding! Oh, Burrows is around! Oh, the wrecking right in front of him. That's Mogren.
Jones is a great run on the high side.
Drive off the corner and
They're gonna be side by side. This is gonna be a photo finish 3 wide off the wire. And that's the stripe. It's gonna be Ruggles! Oh my God, what a finish! iSCAR's in. We're up and away. Green flag.
61, Dominic Howell.
Oh, he gets hooked! Oh my God! Hard to the wall! Huge track on the start finish line. Who comes out on top?
Dallas Myhan wins.
Dallas Myhan wins it! What? Make quick work of that number 9 of Eric Andrews. Andrews washes up the racetrack. Oh, let's go! Oh no! Oh! They're gonna be wrecking. That's the big one. Oh my God! Connor's involved. They're still wrecking. Texas 100 for the iSCAR JPG Graphics Truck Series race number 7 out of 20. Going to take place here at Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth, Texas, USA. Currently, Texas is under a tornado warning and all sorts of tornado watches, so prayers to all of them. Hopefully, everybody comes out all right. So before we get the broadcast started, make sure you check your weather because I know somebody in this, around this area, around Dallas. Please be safe out there during this, inclement weather around the southern United States. Please stay safe. As we get ourselves set up for this not 100 lap or 67 laps that we ran for this one. So, small race, but all in the end for worth it. We're gonna go ahead and pull up our standings on the left-hand side of the screen. Everybody at least within a tenth of each other, so I'm expecting some close racing, but with close racing, it brings a lot of havoc, so it should be interesting on how these drivers should interpret here for this one. As drivers are good laps around the racetrack. On top of the board, what in the world? Oh gosh, Michael DiMaggio has topped the charts out of nowhere with that lap time. Oh, Ryan Kendrick also in massive lap time right there. We got a lot of drivers sitting here, top 5, who are looking outside of points in the top 13. So, again, top 13 getting to the chase. standings here shortly, but there's your top car now. Number 66, Derek Smith, on top of the board. He won the cup race on coming to Vegas time. Hopefully, he's aiming to get it done here tonight at Texas. Make it 2 wins this season for him. We're going to slide ourselves to the side. We'll have to play the national anthem. We'll be right back right after this. Stay tuned. More to come as we salute our nation's colors. Now, just joining us here for this, for tonight's race, currently broadcasting the round at number 7 out of 20. Get set to go green as we match along the track. Currently on the track, that's number 66, Derek Smith. We were just talking earlier how he won the cup race last Saturday, and he has another chance to do so on coming Sunday. I mean, coming this Saturday as well, because we're at a road course, so it should be a lot of fun on how this will turn out for him. Kilo Hankins on the racetrack, working himself right up against the wall. Come to a stop. The wall right up off the corner, unfortunately, and Derek Smith missing up his lap as well. Derek Stamp doing burnouts. Apologies about the slight delay. Trying to get in points as best I can because I didn't type them in. In time. There we go. Now he typed in points. Alright. Currently on top of the board, Brian Kendrick. No, that dude already has a win on his back. He picked it up at Daytona, trying to go for it again. Brian Kendrick at number 65. Now top of the board. There's your point standings right now. Show them right in front of your screen. Ryan Kendrick currently leads points in that number 65. Currently has pole right now, so if he does keep himself up front, look out for Ryan Kendrick to go ahead and extend that points lead. And Eric Heater is not here for this one, so Heater in that. Heater in that number 11, not showing up for this one. Keaton Jones in 3rd place, Dominic Cow 4th, Dylan Alt, who's formidably, unfortunately suspended from the league, in 5th place, Cole Woody in 6th, Connor Brennan 7th, Derek M. Smith in 8th, Eric Stamp 9th, Malachi Drake in 10th, Nick Miller 11th, William Schmidt in 12th, Carson Poindexter in 13th, Damian Fenton 14th, Josh Patterson 15th, Aaron Brown 16th, Mulrooney in 17th, Trexler in 18th, Sweeney in 19th, and Johnson in 20th. Johnson runs the series part-time, so he's only a couple spots outside that slot of those 13 drivers who can make it into the chase. So it should be interesting on how it'll turn out for him if he does run more part-time races. Grading's happening. The grad's going to be shown in front of your screen. Congratulations, Ryan Kendrick going to be the pole sitter here for this one. Keaton Jones going to be alongside of him. Mulrooney, Dylan Basin in the 034 going to be right beside of him. Josh Patterson, Derek M. Smith rounds out row number 3. Row number 4 going to be William Schmidt and Dominic Cow. Eric Stamp, Charlie Byer going to round out row number 5. The rest of the order is going to be shown on our screen. Find your favorite driver, and hopefully he wins it here for this one, as we still yet to see one more driver grid up on the racetrack. That'd be Cole Woody, and it looks like Woody does not go on the grid. Or it looks to be a misfortunate part on his go. It should be interesting on how, if he does get himself back into the racetrack. All the way in last place is number 3 of Michael Baggio. He did have a nice run before he did get wrecked in the Cup race. Track info going to be displayed in front of your screen. We welcome you here to Texas Motor Speedway. Track length 1.5 miles in length. The bankings are not the same. Those corners are actually incorrect. The new repaved version, turns 1 and 2 is different from 3 and 4, but both turns are 24 degrees. They do vary in turn. It is variable banking, so progressive banking, the higher you go, the more banking you have. So expect this track to widen out once we do get into that longer run. Front and back stretch is also 5 degrees. Front stretch is about 2,000 feet in length. Back stretch is 1,500 in length. Your pole sitter, Ryan Kendrick, is going to lead the field to the green. Congratulations to him. He earns an extra bonus point onto his resume, and he is the points leader. Race analysis on the right-hand side of the screen. Pit window should be either 25 to 32 laps.
Green's out, green flag, green flag.
As we take the green flag for this one. We're up and away here at Texas. Double wide for second place as Keaton Jones tries to hold up against that number 2 of Aaron Mulrooney, who's working up low. Meanwhile, up front, Ryan Kendrick, who's the points leader, as I said, many times. Works himself off of turn number 2, attempted to clear it out, and you see a bit of contact there for third place. Dylan Basin at 034, racing aggressively to the bottom of the racetrack. Keaton being a bit impatient to work himself to the bottom line. Can't really do much of it, as he's probably going to lose another spot in the hands of 034 and might lose another one to Josh Patterson unless he slides himself to the low side, in which he will. So Keaton Jones back into 4th place as he tries to look to the bottom of the racetrack with the 034. Not going to work out there. Side-by-side action right behind as well. Josh Patterson to the low side, and that number 66, Derek M. Smith. Also in tow, that number 30, Dominic Cow, is moving himself forward in that number 30 car. One of the proximity machines, quote, many proximity machines on the racetrack. The other one being running in 2nd place, and that'd be the number 2 machine. No irony there. Mulrooney prone to be running up front. That number 2 wants to battle up there for the lead. That's himself around that 65 around Kendrick. right behind as Derek M. Smith works himself to the low side, also in front of them, side-by-side action in front as Basin is now in a hard charge of that number 77 who works himself to the low side. The 02, Josh Patterson, wanting to take it forward as well. And he works himself to the bottom side of the racetrack. Around that 030, the 034. Say Basin got a bit loose off the corner. Really got to the 02 of Patterson, looking to keep it straight. We're still green. Cole Whitty does get himself back into the racetrack, but he is prone to being one lap down here soon. So work right up off the corner. No caution. Everybody's staying clean as of right now. We'll scroll up right behind us. One car really sideways all the way to the grass. That'd be number 7, Charlie Byer. There's a big checkup around that area. Don't really know what happened. Looks like Byer just misjudged the corner. Unfortunately, that number 7 hit the grass. Luckily for him, he keeps it on all fours on the racetrack. He falls back to 11th place. We're just spreading out right behind here. Loy Hankins, Michael DiMaggio, Jonathan Platt, Corey Rexford, all roaming around to the tail end of the field. Most likely they're just going to be roaming around for right now to look for a caution maybe in these early parts of the run. Miller to the low side of that number 90. Malachi Drake Miller, a hometown dude here in that Texas machine. Just on the low side, P9. Right above the corner, and he's dragging with him that number 7, Charlie Byer, who fell off after hitting the grass. Malachi Drake, the one to drop 2 spots off of that. Now back to where he qualified in that number 90. Right up off the corner. Keaton Jones is putting a bit of pressure on Mulrooney, but I don't even leader. It wasn't. It was 65 of Ryan Kendrick, who's fell down multiple spots. He's now back to 4th. So your leader, Ryan Kendrick, is back into 4th place. But meanwhile, up front, Keaton Jones wants to make a charge for the lead. We've seen him win it before. That number 77, Keaton Jones. He won it at Iowa earlier this year. And he did it again here at Texas. So works himself on the low side. These tracks both have similar pavement. Iowa and Texas, both really bumpy. As look at that 02 of Patterson shoving himself to the low side of Mulrooney. Mulrooney's starting to fall off from where he once was. Now back into 3rd place. That 02 of Patterson charging forward. Playing to his favor. Patterson might have fallen out. Oh God, there he is. He's back in 2nd place, but that was a long blink from
Yellow.
So it looks like we have a caution. Insert the rear end of the field. Hard into the inside wall goes. I think that's the 06 of Ryan Branshaw, also involved in it. I think that was Michael DiMaggio to the low side. Has been a damage as well. Kiloa Hankins was around it as well. The 03 of Corey Rexford snuck himself through, but the one who got the worst off of that would be the 06 as Ryan Branshaw smacks it into the inside wall. And unfortunately, that'll end his day, as we're going to see what happened to that 06. And by the looks of it, oh boy, looks like the Joseph Costello in the 060 clipped the grass just a slight, upset the truck, and tried to keep himself back. Fortunately, wove up the racetrack. That'll be a 1 out of 3 for him. It's damage to the front end of his machine, and he took out a lot of people in the process. Michael DiMaggio, obviously, one of the people involved. That is a good break for the 26 of Cole Whitty, who was about to get one down, but meanwhile on pit road, here we go for pit stops. So I'm going to do this a ratchet way. Nothing happened. There we go. We're going to do that. Let me save the track cam. There we go. Everybody on pit road. for this one, as Joseph Costello unfortunately loses talent right up off the corner. He'll have to play Price with a penalty, but meanwhile, Jackson Menchu in the 53 gonna elect to stay out of the racetrack. But multiple people on pit road for this one. You see that 53, Jackson Menchu, want to stay out. Gonna lead a lap. Menchu comes onto pit road, and there's a bit of wreck front damage on that machine, but we do take one to go at the wire. Cover to the green flag this time by. This time it's going to be the number 30, Dominic Cal, going to be the leading, coming for the green. Pace car's in. Get ourselves set up for the first restart of the night.
Green flag, green flag.
And we're up and away here at Texas. Double wide right behind is Keaton Jones, going to shove himself to the low side of that. Seal Mulrooney. Mulrooney slides himself back in the corner. Also double wide action right behind where Miller roams around. That's William Schmidt also in the mix. We're looking 3 wide as right behind. That's Nate Stewart. He wants to power forward. Not going to go anywhere because of it. But up front, oh, multiple cars into the wall. My goodness, about everybody just followed themselves into the outside wall. I'm pretty sure everybody has some type of right side damage. And meanwhile, in the background, the number 13 of Ryan, that wasn't Ryan Kendrick, but it was Dylan Basin, who got pinched by the number 13, and Nate Stewart nearly turned himself as Nate's trying to find himself around the 90. But boy, that was close right up off the corner. Nate Stewart racing aggressively, and I don't think Dylan's going to be happy about that, but they're stacked up double wide right in front as Miller finally slots in the line. They're going to be looking all over the place. Here we go, 3 wide action as Nate wants to pull it to the low side and wants to go somewhere. Not going to go anywhere with it as of right now, but it's looking sketchy in the mid portion of the field. We'll keep tabs on that. Meanwhile, up front, Dominic Howe is now your leader, but has a mirror full of that number 77 to Keaton Jones. Y'all now single file. Except for that number 26 of Cole Woody. He wants to work himself forward. He clips the apron just a slight. Not going to go well. Trying to pull it to the low side. He gets a nose down in there, right? Below that number 43, but 43, Jonathan Platt. Pulls right up off of 4. Up front as of right now. Dominic Howe. Keaton Jones. 2 cars now starting to pull away from 3rd place of Aaron Mulrooney. 7 to Charlie Byron. Goes for Black, washes up the race real hard. too, Josh Patterson really fell off of where he once was up there in the top 5, sending down to 21st place. Here's the thing we're talking about. Look at the run Keaton got through the corner as he works himself to the backside of that number 30. Going to work himself to the low side, side-by-side action into turn number 3. That's going to be the 77. Keaton Jones wants to go for the top spot, but a 30 is still holding his ground there. As of right now, as it worked right up off the corner. Side-by-side for the lead, but Hal led that lap that time. But into turns number 1 and 2, 77 going to shove it to the low side. Pull it forward. And he does so. New leader, Keaton Jones in that 77. One car who's working himself through the field, that number 9 of Nick Miller. Now pulls himself into P5. Right behind him, that was her pole sitter, Ryan Kendrick, who wants to go somewhere but can't. It's Nick Miller, the number 9, who's now starting to pull himself a bit of strength on this run. And he's up to P5. Up front, Keaton Jones leading the way. See right behind Mulrooney in the number 2. Starting to pull himself to the backside as I thought I saw a car all the way to the low side, but skid marks. Everybody's just about fanned out. Just a slight. Just talking about number 26 of Cole Woody as there's a car blinking horrendously in front of him. Don't know who that is. Finally, reappears on the racetrack. It's the 034 Dylan Basin. Anywhere with that blinking. Just gonna get out of the way, but here we go. Gonna have side-by-side action as Miller. Dominic Howell, who was once up front, is now falling back from that lead. He's in tow of Ryan Kendrick. Costello, out of the way. Unfortunately, go one down as one car, I think that was Woody, who tagged the outside wall. No, that was Schmidt, who tagged the outside wall in the middle of the backstretch. Not really paying attention, that number 79 is, but he still has the drive and power to work himself into the top 5, so. William, still up there as of right now, but that was a bit sketchy. Side by side right behind, that's a 13 and 8 Stewart. Road Course King works himself to the bottom side of the racetrack with another Road Course King, and there goes Smith to the outside. Smith gonna fall back one spot, unfortunately. As of right now, it's Jones' pure dominance by that number 77. That man is on a mission, but he's pushing those tires very hard. But, I mean, when you have a small field run, I guess might as well go for it. You have really nothing to lose. Speaking of, we might be coming up on that field run here in about, I guess, 15 laps or so. last time they pitted. With 17 laps to go. And the pit window is every 25 to 32 laps. We'll see who takes the dive on the pit road. Maybe short pit it, because I don't think from this point on. Actually. Do pit from now. Yeah, if you do stretch the window all the way, that's probably going to be the final pit stop. Side by side, right behind, a bit of position change here for 4th place as Malachi Drake works himself into the top 4. Bit of a surprising run by that number 90. Usually, not prone to running up front, no offense to him, but that number 90 is showing a bit of strength. And he's pulling himself now currently in 4th place. So started all the way back in 11th. He's now in 4th. So good riddance by that number 90. Of Malachi Drake. At 65 of Ryan Kendrick. Again, was your pole sitter, but not really going anywhere right now behind that 90. He's definitely falling off of where he started. Stewart caught the lap car of that number 3 of Marco DiMaggio in a bad way, and he blew the exit right up off the corner. And now he's under fire by that number 79 of William Schmidt. Works himself to the low side by side action to the front straightaway as Schmidt flipped the apron just as, not the apron, but the grass just a slight. It'll lose him a bit of ground. And Nate Stewart pulls himself back into 7th. Boy, I tell you what. That leader, Keaton Jones, and that number 2 of Aaron Mulrooney is definitely falling off. The fastest person on the racetrack is that number 9 of Nick Miller, who was 2 seconds back of the lead and now works himself all the way to 1.2 seconds. He has to nail some consistent laps, though, since he's getting real tied up off the corner. But Nick Miller in that number 9 is showing some ground, and he's catching on these top 2. Oh, here we go. A bit of pit stop strategy here. Or was this the end of the fuel window? Looks like my fuel window was a bit miscalculated. And Keaton Jones and that number 77 and the 2 of Aaron Mulrooney hit pit road. And I guess the fuel window is every 22 to 25 laps. As I said, I overestimated with fuel, but people were on pit road early. And Mulrooney and Keaton hit pit road, and Miller is also as well going to hit pit road at 2. So with the fuel window only being about 23 laps, this will mean we'll have at least one more stop. These people cannot make it. And look how many cars right behind who are bunched up in this mix, right in this pack. They got to keep themselves in check to not run over each other. As Platt slides himself on in. That's a 13, and Nate Stewart, who serves his car as well. Oh, Derek overshot his stall, and that is definitely going to be a disaster for him. That number 66 of Derek now slides himself in, jacks up the right side. We're going to have at least one more stop. So, it's going to happen toward the end of the race with about, I think, around lap 57 or 55. Oh, we got a wreck on pit road. That's the 09 of Eric Stamp, who is dead sideways. We'll see if he can get it back going. Might have gotten the car stalled, but has a lot of front-end damage on that machine. Stamp now gets himself back going, but decided to pit on the later wave, and you see the tire marks. Looks like just spun it on entry. Pit stops are going to cycle, and that number 77, Keaton Jones, going to go back up front. We'll see. There's that number 2 of Aaron Mulrooney. Now right behind that, number 9 and Nick Miller. So these two are going to duke it out for what is to be 2nd place. There's only a 1 lap difference between these two. Nick actually has some newer tires more fresher tires than that number 2, Mulrooney, so has a bit of leverage. There's it right now, but Keaton pulling away to a 2-second gap with this round of pit stops. And everybody from 4th on back is in a group, all the way to Dylan Basin. Ryan Kendrick, as well as the 90 Malachi Drake. Here we go, fight for 2nd place in the 2. Mulrooney pulls himself back up forward. In front of the number 9, Nick Miller. So Mulrooney now eyes the leader of that number 77, Keaton Jones, but Jones is just so strong with a short run. With a smaller fuel window, it definitely helps for that number 77 to keep himself where he is. The smaller the fuel window, the shorter the run. And since Jones is obviously a short run kind of guy, as he gets hugely trapped behind the 30 of Dominic Howe, near contact right there, he's definitely going to lose a lot of time. Jeez, I don't know what Dominic's doing. Trying to get out of the way, but he's running all the way to the low side of the racetrack. These guys having to whip around the outside. Get himself out of harm's way, but I don't know where the 30's damage came from. That 30 of Dominic Howe just basically a rolling chicane. Do I have trading paints on? I don't think I have trading paints on. Apologies about that. Yeah. Apologies about that. I forgot to pull up trading paints with, you know, that kind of shenanigan. But anyway, that gap now fell back to under 2 seconds because Dominic Howe. Similar situation there with George Tolsma back at Gateway. Tolsma trying to get out of the way of the leader. The leader moved one way. Tolsma moved the same way as the leader did. And they just shuffled, and can't really do much of that. As of right now, Mulrooney can take a good bit of advantage on this and maybe pull himself forward. This battle right here is the number 90, Malachi Drake. Cutting off the 13 and 8 Stewart. Slides himself back on in. Right in front of them, Dylan Basin. Wanting to go forward as well. Number 13 and 8 Stewart. Taking on board of him as he goes side by side in front. Drake wants to pull himself low. Could go anywhere as of right now. Just seems to be a single groove track as of right now. Nobody's going anywhere if you run right up against the wall or toward that middle side of the racetrack. Usually you see a lot of drivers spreading out, especially at a track like Texas, but since the track surface mall is semi-broken as of right now, everybody's just going to be tucked up right against that yellow line. I mean, white line. You see past there, right behind, Cole Woody now works himself into 7th place. Mason goes way high, opens up the door for the 90. Working himself down low. Mason, one of the rookies here tonight. Also, another rookie in tonight's field is watching this battle in his mirror. It's the number 65 of Ryan Kendrick. There's a gap between Kendrick and Malachi. Malachi now puts himself back into 5th place, but you see the hard charging 26 of Cole Woody. Working himself forward after that. Kind of, what was that? But the 26. Now, in that 408 racing machine. has a lot of potential in that number 26 to maybe make something happen. On the hood. 408 or 406, I don't even know, but some kind of number. Apologies, I'm adjusting audio right now, so sorry if there's like all sorts of shenanigans and such. Jake Sylvia, the 116, currently sitting in P10. Right behind, that's the lap car for the 09 there, Stamp. Currently running in 18th place, Charlie Byer. So on number 7. Dominic Howe gets lapped again. They're also working up on another lap car. I think that's it's not the 30, that's the... Car's getting lapped. I don't know who that is in front. Oh, it looks like the 03 of Corey Rexford, who's 3 laps down with a clean car. Well, I mean, he has a bit of right side damage. Might have had a bad miscue on his pit stop. Bad pit stop by the looks of it, 117, so might have had required coming on in pit road. Less than 20 laps to go in this race. All eyes are on that number 77, Keaton Jones, but that number 9, Nick Miller, is pushing the issue. He's slowly tracking forward. And of course, with new tires under his, newer tires in that number 77, Keaton Jones is definitely playing at an advantage. But, Miller, as of right now, seems to be in a nice position. He's pulling himself forward ever so slightly. Looks like on the long... Oh, no, Miller's going to come on in. He's wanting to split the run in half. And Miller pits on lap number 54. So with 14 to go, Miller going to go ahead and take the gamble to short pit. And some other drivers are going to short pit as well. The number 7, Charlie Byer, going to short pit. The 33, Justin Johnson wants to short pit as well. Jake Sylvia has to wants to short pit. That means from this point forward, you can only make it on at least 1 or 2 green-white checkers. So we'll see if late race cautions played to the people who are staying out. But as of right now, Keaton Jones in that number 77, he has to be a bit worried, as now the 2. Mulrooney comes on into pit road. He wants to short pit as well, bringing down the number 13 and Nate Stewart on the pit road as 2, the number 79 of William Schmidt. So lots of people gonna cut the fuel run, as now Jones is now gonna head himself on a pit road. So there's a 2-second gap. I mean, a 2-lap gap between Miller hitting pit road and Keaton hitting pit road. So we'll see where Miller in that P2 rips himself out. Here's another driver who's short pitted. That number 65 of Ryan Kendrick. He was in front of that number 9 of Nick Miller. He's actually he's sort of pushing the issue on that number 9. That might be the lead right here in front of your screen. Number 9 and Nick Miller duking it out with the 65. I'll have to see, because we had a lot of drivers short pit. Nate Stewart actually elected for 2 tires only. And he's up and away. He's in front. He's going to pass the 77. Oh, he's so close to passing the 77, but with the 2-tire gamble, I don't think it's just going to work to Nate Stewart's favor. And look at the gap is closing. Miller clipped the grass and nearly lost the car. Oh my gosh, Miller's trying to drive himself forward as much as he can. All these people who are staying out are banking for a caution. the 90 and Malachi Drake, the 66 and Derek M. Smith, but Malachi gets passed by the 77, who puts himself back on the lead lap, but here we go. This is to be the lead. Now the question is, can Malachi stretch fuel? I don't think it's gonna. I don't think you could obviously make it 9 laps. You see Derek M. Smith gonna slap it on a pit road. 90. Malachi Drake is gonna hit pit road, but here soon the 2 has to know he's hitting pit road, and he works himself to the high side. A close call right there from Mulrooney as Malachi hits pit road this time by, so your leader slides himself on in. And there is the gap between 1 and 2. Nate Stewart's 2-tire gamble, unfortunately for him, not really going to go anywhere, but it was a good try if it was toward the end of the race, but unfortunately for Nate Stewart, 8 laps to go, just doesn't play to his favor. But we'll see on how Miller, short pitting, definitely closed the gap between him and the 77, but obviously tire differences between between those two definitely going to play a factor. They're coming up on Dominic Howe and that number 30, and I think the 9 of Miller caught the 30 of Dominic, and that's going to lose him some ground. So Dominic just being a, as I said, rolling chicane to that to these leaders, and Miller loses a bit of ground on that 77. But Jones, I interviewed him earlier off screen. Jones, quote unquote, wanted a real win. Iowa seemed like a fluke to him because of all the amount of cautions and, of course, the racing was really good, unfortunately. But now that 77 to Keaton Jones, he's up front. He probably has the car to go ahead and win this. That gap is starting to lengthen more as the laps tick down. But when will Miller's late race surge make a charge forward to that number 77? That gap is less than a second now. I mean, it's been less than a second, but it's growing in length. I think Miller's just starting to hiccup where he's running, but that 77 to Keaton Jones is nailing laps away. And that man just pulls on shorter runs, and you see the gap really opening up right there. Miller seems to be falling back ever so slightly, so that first win of the season for that number 9 and Nick Miller is slowly fading away. It's gonna be a 1 caution race. How about that? Pray for no yellows for the end of it, but that number 77 to Keaton Jones now slowly pulling away from that number 9 and Miller. Miller's short pitting strategy just did not end up paying out. And you see how tight he got off right up off the corner. Not going to go anywhere because of it. And the gap now grows to a whole second.
Yellow flag is
Yellow flag! No! Are you? It's Colwoody. He spun it. Did he?
What good would come out of me?
purpose. I cannot believe he did that. There's drivers running out of fuel. I cannot believe he fucking did that. I cannot believe he did that. Holy crap. That screws a ton of people. Split strategy obviously being made. So Jones, Mulrooney, Basin, Schmidt elect to stay out. Holy crap, I can't believe he did that. I cannot believe he did that. So we're gonna go into green-white checker territory because of it. I'm still in awe, in shock, at Colwoody Spingate. Holy crap. So, this is gonna screw a lot of things up, just because of Cole. And as pace car hits pit road,
Green, green, green.
we'll see if that 77 survives. And he pulls himself to a decent lead as of right now. Maybe those old tires will hold up. Because that number 9 in Miller is only up to 4th place. Now he works himself to the low side of Basin. Double ride right behind. I don't think the 9's going to go anywhere. They're 3 wide right behind as the 13 squeezes himself through. What a move by Nate Stewart, but it's going to survive. That's white flag right there. One more lap to go. I think that number 77 is going to survive. I can't believe it. I guess staying out is going to be the call. And it's going to win him the race. Works himself into 3 and 4. One last charge for the 2. Mulrooney. Holy crap. Off of 4. Trouble right behind, but it's not gonna matter. 77, Keaton Jones wins it. What? There's a massive wreck, big one right behind as multiple people get involved. Some drivers slamming into the wreck. Oh my gosh. Jones survives with old tires. How in the world did he survive it? Wow. We'll get a replay of the massive wreck coming to the start-finish line, but that number 77, well, I guess staying out was the call. It's going to work to his favor. 77 Keaton Jones. Well-deserved win after dominating the last portion of the race before the final restart. Jones is gonna win it. Wow. I mean, I'm stunned. I'm stunned. I can't believe it. Well-deserved win for that number, for that 77 Keaton Jones. And we're gonna get a replay of what happened on the front straightaway. Of course, everybody just flying all over the racetrack. That's just checkers of records. And you see the 79. William Schmidt works himself through him. I don't even know where. Excuse me, I'm doing this just to, you know, save replay because iRacing is being weird. Clip, but we're gonna pull ourselves to the side. We'll be right back right after this. Stay tuned to interview the top 3. We'll be right back right after this. Back here live at Texas for the interesting finish here after I don't even know what to say, but we're gonna go ahead and drag in our top runners for this one into the booth. So congratulations to that number 77 Keaton Jones. Not only did he survive that late race restart, he definitely dominated that mass portion of this one, and into the booth that number 77 Keaton Jones goes. And Keaton, holy crap, man, wow. Not only did you dominate the race, you survived that last that obviously incidental caution, and you elected to stay out because it was your last resort to winning it. But I guess old tires played out in the end, man. How was the car out there?
Oh man, truck. Oh, it was amazing. I enjoy running this track. Thankfully, I had practice with another league with this race, but all in all, I just enjoy running these trucks at this track. It's fun, but yeah, it was really stressful there at the end when that caution come out because I really thought I had locked up, and in the back of my mind, I figured we were gonna have a caution anyway, and I don't know what I did. I guess I just didn't slow down for the pace car enough, and it just went to normal pace, and I was just so far ahead of it that I was like, oh crap, they're pitting, so I was thinking about pitting. Had I actually been behind the pace car, I think I might have accidentally pitted. So maybe me staying ahead of the pace car saved me. But I don't know. Just happy to bring one home.
Yep, man, and of course that late race restart playing different, of course, than what usual circumstances come along. But hey, man, a win's a win, and it's better than what you had at Iowa. Obviously, you here dominating fashion. How was the truck out there? If I didn't ask that question, probably a short-term memory. I was kicking it.
Just to sum it up, the truck was good. It handled really well. Granted, I was running it pretty hard, so at the end of some of the runs, Nick and Mulrooney were catching me, but we just had such a good lead there. They weren't catching enough, and by the time we were pitting, I would just pull out ahead of them again.
Right, man. It was interesting because with a smaller fuel run, it seemed like you were falling off at the end. Were you just a short run kind of guy for this type of track?
I'd say so because we were running the truck pretty hard. My goal was just to get as far out as possible and still try to hit good laps. But I'll say I was running the truck really hard, and I think that's what was causing our lap times to fall because over the run the truck just got tighter and tighter and tighter, and you just had to back off more. I mean, it was manageable, but on our runs, we were just getting really tight because of how hard we were running. But I'd say to sum it up, it's really good. It's good to get something I can feel good about after Iowa, something I feel like I actually earned, because we've gotten close to it a couple times this season, and it's just good to finally close one out knowing I earned it.
Yep, man, 10-4. Congratulations on your second W in this league. I mean, the series. But otherwise than that, man, any sponsors you want to say?
Corey Hart's Media, James Jungleman Designs, and Peak Performance Motorsports, and you guys for broadcasting.
All right, man. 10-4. Keaton Jones gonna run himself out front, man. Congratulations on your W. We'll see you coming next race.
All right, thank you.
We're going to slide ourselves back into second place of the eyebrow man of Aaron Mulroney Jr. I'm sorry. But anyway, Mulroney! You got a copy?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Mulroney. Well, you didn't have the speed like that number 77 of Keaton Jones, but you ran up there towards the top 5. What could you have done different to maybe match that number 77 speed?
My guess is going throughout this entire 60 or 71 lap race at Texas, my guess is I was just a little bit slow in turns 1 and 2. Maybe if I drove it in a little bit harder and added some brake, I was able to probably get through the corner a little bit faster. I think that was my weak point. 3 and 4, I was probably even with Keaton throughout the race. And by the way, good win to him. I'm glad he won it. And I mean, it was just I would say it's a pretty solid run for a number 2 Proximity Racing Chevy Silverado tonight. I'm very pleased with the result considering I had very poor pit stops.
Yeah, man, I was about to talk about that. We had 2 green flag pit stops during that final stint before the intentional caution brought out, but
Cold Woody.
I mean, yeah, I know, whatever. But anyway, I guess pit stops just didn't play into your favor there toward that end.
Yeah, I was having some trouble getting the tires to stick when I got off the jack, and it was just no, I'm not really very skilled with pit stops, and that's something I definitely need to improve. I feel if I actually had a good pit stop, I believe it was after the second green flag run. If I had a better pit stop, I'd be right alongside Keaton or near Keaton's area, and I possibly could have made a move.
Alright, but after all that hecticness there toward that, just obviously final 2 laps from this one, you round yourself out here second, man. So before we let you off, any sponsors and comments you'd like to say after this one?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all the admins for their work tonight. I would also like to thank Proximity Racing, Splashico Graphics, Trey Shuttlesworth Images, also Garage Doors, iRacing for creating this service, and I want to thank Uzi for broadcasting.
Alright, man, 10-4.
Probably an interesting one to watch.
Yep, man, it was, and Mulroney gonna round himself out second here tonight. Can't wait to talk to you come next race.
Thanks. Have a good.
Oh, I dragged him out. A bit early, but apologies about that. And that's going to be the number 9. Is going to be in the booth, Nick Miller. That number 9 machine. You took tires and you finished out third here tonight. Miller, obviously, the late race with caution just made everything go left and right. So, why'd you come in to take tires?
Originally I wasn't, but Keaton, I'm not sure if, I guess his just original plan was to stay out, but he was ahead of the pace car, So I knew he couldn't pit. There was no possible way or he would get penalized. So I figured I could get the field in, and it was pretty much like a 50-50. Half the field came with me, and half the field didn't. So, yeah, I mean, there was nothing. I had to try something. There's just no throttle. There's no off throttle time. There's no stuck to the truck, and I kind of lost a bunch of time when Dom took the inside.
Yeah, unfortunate to you. You're gonna run yourself out third here, but you were running strong there with Keaton. You were starting to pull you were starting to have some late race runs. Looks like toward the end of those runs, you started to pull forward, but with a smaller fuel window, I don't think that just played to your favor. So, during the beginning of a run, what was just costing you time?
I'm not really sure because we were all pretty consistent. Me, Aaron, and Keaton. The only difference that I could see with me and Aaron was going a lot harder on entry, but I think that's why he was burning that right front off more than me. But I mean, I don't know what else I could have done. Just not a good. There's just too many. There's not enough laps in the green flag runs. As we said before our practice, I think you said 35 to 40. We only ran like 25 when we had a pit already.
Right. Yeah, and that small field window did not play it to your favor. And Miller, you're going to round himself out here in third tonight. So before we let you go, any sponsors you want to thank here for this one?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Miller Motorsports as always. The newly team Vortex, we're running the Rolex soon. I'd like to give them a shout out, I guess. And I guess iSCAR for sticking with it through the hard times.
Yeah, 10-4. Pulsator Man gonna round himself out P3 here for this one. Oh, well, can't
Got P4 speed.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Same thing. All right, we'll see you in the coming next race.
Bad commentator, bro.
Get out of here. Nick Miller in P3, and otherwise than that, that's gonna do it here from Texas. From the top of the booth, my name's Ezeckiel Reyes. Until next time, we're going to be right back coming tomorrow, coming at Sonoma Raceway. But of course, until next time, we will see you tomorrow night.